What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So we're getting a little bit more news on Terra Luna Classic, and I'm definitely getting a lot more questions. Typically, I make my videos based on the questions that I see in the comments, and I know these comments have been ridiculous. Not people, not subscribers. It's these bots that come about, and I try to get them out of here so much. I know other people have a better way of managing those things, but since I post so many videos a day, it's very difficult to manage those that come out. I could either cut comments altogether, or I can do it to where I review it every single comment, which does suck because then now your comments may be an hour late to posting to the video and may look like we don't have as many comments because I'm not actively looking at that video when it gets posted. So anyways, the comments are a problem, but I do go through the comments that are legitimate people, that are subscribers, and people want to know about Terra Luna Classic. And there's definitely been a lot more comments about it, especially since we've seen this come up, which is the new tax to gas upgrade that has kind of came across my desk as well as everybody else's desk. And it's like, can Terra Luna Classic get to $1 still? Is it still a possibility? You know that I've been looking for the community to all come together and vote on something that could be a huge benefit. And this honestly could be a huge benefit in a way. It brings back kind of the tax. It brings back the burning that we could see overall. And then eventually we can have those conversations with exchanges if we all plan to do so. Now, it's not overwhelming to where it's 99% of the community that agrees upon this. I would love to see that, but it is still something where you see majority of the community that does agree on it. Now, again, the conversation in this video is all about, can Terra Luna Classic still reach $1? And I want to talk about those ways that we can see that happen. Does this mean that this video is 100% about Terra Luna Classic reaching $1? Just no doubt about it that it's going to hit that level. No, it's not about that. It's about the opportunity and what has to be done in order to get that done, in order to see the level of $1. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos, and check out my link for Patreon, for Twitter. That'll be in the description. And at the top of the description, we'll have a link for Margex. If you guys are interested in trading on Margex, feel free to do so. You can trade up to 100x leverage, up to 50x leverage on XRP, 50x leverage on Jasmine Coin, 25x leverage on meme coins, and as little as 5x leverage. And you have no minimums on how much you can invest, how much you can start with. Honestly, is a really, really good platform, and I don't know how I haven't seen it before I started talking about it, but feel free to check it out. Link is at the top of the description. Now, again, this is kind of the news that we have for Terra Luna Classic, where you have the tax to gas, which is bringing up that conversation of surging to $1. And ultimately, the reason why we want Terra Luna Classic to $1, $2, $3, $10 is to kind of get this overall algorithm back in place, get USTC repegged to $1, and then we see the algorithm flowing the right way and get Terra Luna Classic not only to a level of $1, but back to all-time highs, back to a form of normalcy. And this is one of those ways of doing that. Now, Terra Luna Classic currently stands at 0.00007786. It's at a 2% loss on the day, and we're looking at a $4,000 balance for me and what I hold, because it obviously has dropped from the level of 2.00027 down to where we are now. Terra Luna Classic has seen a little bit of a reduction in the volume from that overall hype moment where we saw the upgrade and all the conversation around it. And it's down 71% in the volume. It's at $30 million worth of volume, and you're looking at a $424 million market cap, level that it's at. If you look at the last 7 days, it's up by 19%. The last month, it's up by 9%. The last year, it's down. It's actually kind of flat if you look at it, plus or minus 1%, which is great. But you saw the level that it got to in December of, 2.7, right? 2.7% of a penny. Absolutely phenomenal to get to those levels, and I want to see it grow a lot more. I still believe that even without burns, that it could get to a level of a penny or even up to 3 cents, which would be substantial for us. Now, the vision of getting to a level of $1 comes with multiple ways, right? The first way is by burning. You have to burn majority of that supply, right? We had less than a billion supply before, and you want to have less than a billion supply now. But in order to get to less than a billion supply, you need to burn off 6.793 trillion coins. Pretty much virtually all the coins. 99.99% of the coins you need to burn off in order to get to that point again, which could essentially get us to that level of $120 price point if we were at those levels. However, that's a tall task. That is a large ask that's there. And the reason why that's a large ask is because that's majority of the supply. You can't sit here and be like, oh, majority of the supply will be burned off, and you're just going to be burning off millions upon millions of dollars. Right now, if somebody had 424 million, you can buy up everything and burn off 99%. However, that's not reality. The best way to go about this is to have a burn tax associated with it. So if we had this burn tax that was going to burn off 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, whatever, I don't really care, then it can factor into what that overall burn could be. So the way that we do this is by burning. Simple. And this can be set up this way, but I think you need more of an effective way, because right now, if you just look at on-chain volume, you're looking at $20,000 versus $30 million on off-chain volume. Now, seeing that, if we can find a way to get CEXs involved, if we could, that would be the way that we burn off as fast as possible, while also being conservative at a 1% rate or 2% rate. Now, that's the one way. The other way that is definitely the least popular way because it takes away people's gains, it would be a reverse split. I've mentioned this plenty of times, and this was kind of that last kind of go-to, hey, we have nothing else to go to and we need to find a way to recover it. And the way that you do that is basically saying, okay, we want to do a 100 to 1 or 1,000 to 1 split. Meaning that if you have 1,000 coins or you have 100 coins, you would then receive one, all the rest of them would be burned off, right? That would then bring you to, instead of being at a 5.4 trillion coin supply, you would be looking at a 54 billion coin supply, which could get us to that level of a dollar a lot easier at a $54 billion market cap. Now, if you also burned off 1,000, you would be looking at, if you said 1,000 to 1 split, it would be at a 5.4 billion coin supply, meaning that you also need to take how much you have and also take away 3 zeros. So if you have, let's say, 100 million and you take away 3 zeros, you now have 100,000 instead of 100 million, meaning that when this gets to a level of a dollar, you now have $100,000 rather than $100 million. So that's where that kind of fits in, and people are like, I don't want to give up any of my gains. For me, I just want to see a recovery of Terra Luna Classic. I want to see it back to normal. I want to see it used in a hell of a way. And if you can get back to that point, just imagine the levels you can get to there. Not just $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $20. And I think, honestly, it should be a supplement of both. You burn off a crazy amount, maybe down to 2 trillion, and then you do a 100 to 1 split. Right? And that means that instead of you having to take away 3 zeros, you take away 2 zeros, meaning that if you have 100,000, you now have 1 million, meaning that you can then get to a dollar and you still have $1 million or 2 million or 3 million or whatever, right? Now, that's not a popular way. I was saying that's kind of an end all be all scenario where it's like, if all else fails, if we didn't come together and agree upon something and find a way back, then that would be the last case scenario that does get us back to kind of a way of having survival and having utility and having all the things that we want to have there. So there's a few ways, but obviously the most popular way is, decreasing that supply, increasing utility, and mainly just trying to drive that supply number down and increase the overall market cap level, and the potential of that market cap. But I wish we had somebody that had $422 million and they could buy up all the Terra Luna Classic and then burn off all the Terra Luna Classic, which would be a very, very risky play for them, because what do they gain out of it, right? They're buying up everything. They're selling off majority of it. What can they gain out of it? Seems like nothing. It seems like everybody else would be gaining so much more off of that one sacrifice. So that's not realistic. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Terra Luna Classic and the level to get to $1, the journey of getting to $1. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.